Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. Word on the street is that the San Francisco 49ers, despite their impressive 10-5 record and their position as one of the top teams in the NFC, might be willing to make a bold move this offseason. And it's not just about draft picks or minor upgrades. It's about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the NFC playoff landscape and give the Giants a serious boost. The buzz is that the 49ers are eyeing trading superstar edge rusher Nick Bosa, one of the most dominant defensive players in the league, in exchange for 2 first-round picks. Now, why would they do that? Well, sources suggest that despite their success, the 49ers are dealing with some injury setbacks, notably with Brock Purdy missing Week 14 and with their roster facing some cap constraints. They're apparently eyeing a rebuild on the defensive line, focusing on youth and cap flexibility to build a future contender under Shanahan's system. This move, if it happens, would be seismic. Nick Bosa, drafted in 2019, has been a game wrecker for the 49ers. With a career totaling around 450 tackles, 70 sacks, and 12 forced fumbles, he's proven time and time again that he's a top-tier pass rusher. His PFF grade has been consistently stellar, averaging around 92, with a peak of 150 pressures in 2022. In 2025 alone, he's accumulated 65 tackles, 11 sacks, and 48 pressures, maintaining a PFF grade of 91.5, which ranks him as the top edge rusher in the league. His ability to pressure the quarterback is elite with a pressure rate of 14.8%, and he's shown durability with no major injuries. Bosa's impact isn't just about sacks. He's also a relentless force in run defense, making him a complete package that any team would love to have. Now, if the Giants somehow land Bosa, it would be a game changer. Currently, New York's defense is a work in progress, especially along the defensive line. They've allowed nearly 800 yards in total offense in 2025, and adding Bosa would instantly bolster their ability to stop the run and pressure the quarterback. Imagine him lining up opposite Thibodeaux, creating a fearsome duo that offenses would have to game plan around. Bosa's addition could reduce the Giants' points allowed per game, potentially dropping from around 28 to closer to 22, and provide a significant boost in pass rush productivity. His presence would force quarterbacks to hold the ball longer, increase turnovers, and give the secondary more opportunities for interceptions and deflections. It's easy to see how this could turn the Giants' defense into a true pass-rushing wall, similar to the dominant defenses we've seen from teams like the Rams when Aaron Donald was in his prime. But what about the 49ers? Well, they're showing some caution. The trade would free up about $26 million in cap space, which they could redirect toward acquiring or developing young wide receivers and offensive linemen, areas where they're also looking to improve. Yet they're skeptical about giving up Bosa because, frankly, losing 12 sacks from their defense could weaken their overall pass rush, especially considering the importance of pressure in their scheme. Plus, trading away their top defensive anchor might create a void that's hard to fill immediately, especially if injuries continue to hamper their roster. It's a calculated risk, and one that Shanahan's front office is reportedly weighing heavily. For the Giants, this trade could be a rare opportunity to accelerate their rebuild. With only 2 wins against 13 losses, their defense desperately needs reinforcements, especially along the line. They've managed just 28 sacks this season, which ranks among the lowest in the league. Adding Bosa could boost their sack total by around 13, with projections suggesting he could reach double-digit sacks again in 2025. Such an addition would not only improve their pass rush, but could also have a ripple effect on their entire defense. Opposing offenses would have to account for Bosa's presence, which could open up more opportunities for Thibodeaux and other pass rushers to get to the QB. This in turn would lower the pressure on the secondary, resulting in fewer big plays allowed and more turnovers forced. A stronger pass rush often correlates with a more aggressive, confident defense, and the Giants could see a significant jump in their defensive efficiency, pushing their points allowed per game down and increasing their chances of upsetting some more talented teams down the stretch. Looking at the bigger picture, if the Giants were to acquire a player like Bosa, it would be akin to adding an Aaron Donald-level impact on their defense. Think about it. A player who can consistently generate pressure, disrupt passing lanes, and collapse the pocket from the edge. His presence would elevate the entire unit, making the Giants a more formidable opponent in every game. It's the kind of move that can shift the division power dynamics, especially if the Giants can combine it with improvements on offense and special teams. The NFC East has long been a battleground filled with talented teams looking for an edge, and this kind of splash move could set the Giants apart as serious contenders once again. From a playoff perspective, adding Bosa could dramatically improve their chances of reaching the postseason. Their current odds of making it to the Super Bowl are hovering around plus 20, but with a player of Bosa's caliber, those odds could jump to around plus 500, making them a true dark horse in the NFC. His ability to hunt quarterbacks like Mahomes, Hurts, or even the top-tier passers in the playoffs would make a huge difference. The Giants, with an improved pass rush, could turn their defense into a nightmare for even the best offenses, similar to what the Chiefs did in 2023 with their dominant defensive line. The chance to have Bosa anchoring that front gives the Giants a legitimate shot at not just making the playoffs, but making some noise once they get there. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the 49ers are willing to take such a gamble. They're at a crossroads, trying to stay competitive while also planning for the future. The risk of stagnation after losing a player like Bosa isn't small, especially given the recent injuries that have hampered their defense in recent weeks. But if Shanahan and his staff see this as a strategic move to reset their cap and rebuild around youth, it could be a bold step toward maintaining their window of contention in the long run. For the Giants, this potential trade isn't just about adding talent. It's about changing the narrative. It's about turning a team that struggled to get consistent pressure into a feared defense that offenses dread facing. It's about giving the fans hope that the team is serious about contending, and that they're not just building for the future but actively trying to win now. If they can pull off such a move, it could be the spark that ignites a new era of Giants football, one where they're not just trying to compete but aiming to dominate the NFC and make deep playoff runs. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.